Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for being here.
Welcome back to our channel
Yes.
for what Wednesday?
Y'all guys pulled up with the quickness, with the year. Some real ones. Thank you for being here. Welcome. What's going on, folks?
Hi.
Let me just go grab that.
Okay.
Yo, welcome to the clan. Clan in front.
Beat stomp.
As you already know, it's Wednesday. Oh, it's what? Wednesdays. Well, we are going to do some reactions. We're going to take an adventure on YouTube. See exactly what could make us go what?
Or what?
Oh yeah. What up, Admin? What up? Hello,
Hey,
Natalie. Hey, Adele. I think Skip is in here.
Yeah, Skip is
we got
in
a couple
here.
folks in here. We got the gang in here, the clan in here. You know what I mean? Also, don't forget to go like the live. We already got somebody in here with the dislike. But we're gonna hit them with that. You know, when we hit them with that, we're gonna do what they say. What do the kids say on Twitter now? Ratioed. Yep. So we are in the midst of our stream week challenge. This is day 4, so we're halfway through. Then we got a couple more days, but it's been pretty successful today. I mean, this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, yeah. Yesterday's stream was really well.
Yeah, I think it went well. My hair's all messy. No wave right now. So,
Yeah, we gotta do
cut
it.
my hair.
We gotta do it. I think it's here.
Got it. Well, let's see. Touch base with y'all. What's going on with y'all? How y'all doing today? It's cold out there in a lot of places. Three-quarters of the country is covered in snow, I think, right now. Oh, right. Yeah, so it's like it's an ice age in the U.S. U.S. ice age. Hopefully, y'all somewhere where be warm. I know Texas is dealing with some stuff right now where a lot of people are losing power in the cold right now that they're not like used to like dealing with. A lot of people making it political. Good man. People can have different ideas. Doesn't mean that you should be like, oh, like you know what's the funniest thing? People from like New York making fun of people from Texas for like not handling the snow. You wouldn't be able to handle a fucking rattlesnake. So you know, like I don't.
Or even their heat when you fucking summer.
You coming out of a funk, Adele? Well, you're here to get funk. Get you out that funk. I hate the I hate the cha-cha.
To the left. Get back.
I'm not a cha-cha slide guy. There you go. You know what? That's what we're gonna start with. We're gonna start with cha-cha slide or the electric slide. I'm an electric slide person. If anything, I'm more of a bus stop person. I'm not gonna get into that. A lot of people don't know the bus stop.
Are you ready?
Those are my shit. Wow. Yeah. So if you're out in Texas, hopefully you're warm. Hopefully you're safe. Hopefully y'all got power. If you don't, you're probably not gonna be watching this. So, but our prayers go out to you. Hopefully you pull through. Hopefully there's no loss of life or crazy loss of life due to this. People, man,
Times like this, yeah. At this point, yeah, times like this, like people in their house and stuff, they just need to lock themselves in one room at night, huddle up, do something.
It's like back when when we were cavemen.
Yeah, go
Survive.
get some sleeping bags, because sleeping bags are hella warm. Like sleeping bags are hella warm.
I mean, shit. We from the hood, so we know how it is to like go through winter with like days with no heat, no winter and stuff like that. So it's a struggle. You in the trenches, holding the van on. We actually, we didn't go out.
Yeah.
Woke up. We didn't wake up late. I usually wake up like 6. 9 was a little bit later. We went to sleep at 4. Had a friend over.
Yeah, like after we hung out with you guys on the street yesterday, we basically got off because he got here. Basically. So he got here and he was here and he was actually still on street. But we had
Want to send our solidarity with Madame. She's not here right now.
We stand with Madame.
She's going through some shit. Some people doing some real fuck shit on Twitter. It's crazy how you call her racist and all this other shit, but then turn around and also call her ghetto trash and call people who, you know, who are friends with her or whatever trash. You know, like I know, like, come on now. And then to make fun of her for the fucking World Trade Center stuff, yeah, you know, you fucking love it.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this, yeah, I'm talking about you.
Yeah.
Like
everybody in the chat, right? We stand with Madame.
All right, denounced. That's cornball shit. It's funny how people would chin check their boy, right? I haven't done it yet. Y'all can re-upload my stuff, right? And that's not trash, right? People say they're gonna kill me, all this other stuff. But this bullshit that you alleging, fuck out of here. The fuck out. Get the fuck out my inbox. I was about that. Stop DMing me this bullshit. Cause I'm gonna be real about that shit. The fucking the screenshot that they sharing is for me.
Yeah.
You sent me that shit. But let's see. So let's just see. We already starting with this stuff, but you know those memes when you sitting there and be like, you know, I don't know. I can't come up off the top of the dome right now. The hits blunt meme.
Okay, so you guys know the whole hits blunt memes where it's like hits blunt and then it's like says something that's like kind of like makes you think or whatever. Like, so there's a YouTuber that we watch that kind of has like the hits blunt thoughts.
He calls them shower thoughts.
Yeah, but he calls it shower thoughts. And some of them will have you like, whoa, mind blown.
Yeah, those kind of thoughts. Yeah, like, we're not going to say that we know Madame like crazy, but from our interactions and what we see, how she interacts with people in the community, I don't see no negativity. I don't know where these people are coming from with these allegations. And it seems like it's one person on Twitter doing this shit. Like, Skip retweeted some of their shit to be like, who's man? Right?
Basically.
And then her retweets are basically outratio this other person's retweets, you know, with one like. No one was paying attention to this person. You know what I'm saying? And they're hiding through like an alt account or whatever. It's like, nah. Like, yeah, it's not cool. You've never done it before. Neither have I. Yeah. All right, but we're gonna hit some shower thoughts. We're gonna, let's cleanse the mind, right? You know, we're gonna shout out Madam because like she showed mad love.
Yeah, and I think she would like be dying if she was in this chat.
She's talking about like not being around like the community, and we don't feel like that's necessary.
Yeah,
you're welcome here.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. Like, no one's gonna attack people who watch my stuff, right? Attack me because they watch my stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yo, listen, if you doing something bad and I hear about it and we talk about it and you change, like, that's something different. That's personal shit. Like, I'm not, if you my peoples, I'm not gonna shout you out on the stream on some reckless shit. Like, unless you do some crazy shit, But I'll at least have the respect to bring it to you. Like, you're welcome here. She's welcome here.
Yeah,
Don't let them people stop you from being here. and enjoying it. I know you're dealing with it, handle your BI, but you're always welcome here.
And she also doesn't want to like bring us into the situation. She's like
so
trying to back down.
Very gracious
like,
about it. You know,
yeah.
she's like, I don't want y'all to be involved in this. I get it. And she doesn't want us to fight her battles, and we're not.
Yeah.
You know, but she's just welcome here. But we're gonna cleanse that. We're gonna do away with the drama. We're gonna start with some blood thoughts, some shower thoughts.
If you guys got one right now, light it.
Yeah. But let me set this up. I think we might do this one too, because this one's kind of interesting, especially with the stuff that's gonna happen. Like these videos are like this. This is. Let's see. Like, we got three.
Put that second one.
So like, but the kind of thoughts that, the kind of videos you're gonna watch, kind of have. Oh, it's go time.
Yeah.
It's go time.
Oh, I didn't even see what you put it. I was just saying. Fuck it.
Yo,
What did they say exactly?
They would say all types of crazy shit. I'm gonna show you like in the tweet thread or whatever in a bit, like whatever. But they were saying flip flop. You know, she's racist shit. How can you side with her? You're a racist. You're somebody said you're a disgrace to Puerto Rico for picking. Yo, my nigga, you're a disgrace to the human race. Get the fuck off my dick, nigga. What was you talking about? Hey, oh, they're this, they're that. Okay, and you're a bitch. You're a bitch. Why would you go to somebody's DM and talk all that shit about somebody else? Say that shit with your chest. Get the fuck up out of here. High-powered coward. But like I said, cleansing.
Skip.
We talking this shit. Nah, she's just a fellow New Yorker, so I get my bag, yo. Disrespect New York. I'm like, nah, but I know they valid. I know, but you're not valid. So why you talking? All right, but the stuff we tell you, the kind of stuff we're talking about today, these videos that we're starting off with, right? Kind of like this. When you have an idea like this. This ever happened to you? Where you hit the L and you say something like, when you buy a bigger bed, you have more bedroom, but you have less bedroom. It's always a good one. There's also that. Is sand called sand because it's between the sea and land? And you just like, wow. And it took me 23 years to realize that be there or be square is because you're not around.
Yeah.
There's a Jaden Smith one too. I think those ones are great. Like when you clean out a vacuum cleaner,
you become the vacuum cleaner.
So these are the kind of videos you're gonna be watching from a YouTuber named Aperture. Yeah, what's going on, man? So we're gonna be having those thoughts of the week. So we're gonna start. Oh, we need to have.
But humans ain't square, we rectangle.
Get our headphones. Yeah. All right. Shower thoughts. We watched a couple of them, so you know.
Hey, what? What do you mean you don't see comments popping up? Like, whose comments? Whose comments don't you see? Oh, maybe close out the chat and then come back in. Sometimes that happens.
Okay. What chat?
Like the live chat. Sometimes like it stops, like the comments stop.
I'm so low.
Hey, Xylee. Yeah, I'm lost. Wait, Natalie, close out the
Okay, I see Zalie's here. Hello, Zalie.
Yeah.
Yo. Y'all had me.
Yo, Zales was dead earlier.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Put it on
something.
live chat, not top chat, and you'll see everybody. All right, but yo, y'all have me dead, yo. Y'all had me dead. Zalie was on Tonka Time yesterday. We're probably gonna go and watch that a little bit. So if those who didn't see it, could watch some of the stuff. But yo, they had me dying. I was literally here in tears.
Yo, he was he was just he was dying.
Oh, hold on, maybe my thing over here. There you go. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, but we now communicate. Communicado. All right, but we're gonna watch some shower things. Everybody is here. What's here? So we're gonna watch one from a year ago.
She said I'm a curse Akagen out.
Yo, that shit had me fucking dead.
He called you a midget and all.
All right, are you ready?
You don't hear it.
It's fine.
Don't feel bad, Xylee. I'm shorter than you. I'm always getting short jokes thrown at me from Zales. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Be very. It's good to be reflective and introspective. That's kind of interesting. Why is that?
Right? Why?
Like, so So Kristen used to work at what's the place?
Ashley Stewart. I used to work
at
at
Ashley Stewart, which is a clothing store for women.
for plus size women.
Yeah. And there was one time I was in the store and she was talking about 5-pocket denim. And I was like, 5-pocket? I'm like, you mean regular pants?
I just busted out laughing because his dead ass just regular ass pants.
Yeah, men's like, yo, women's clothes not having real pockets. I mean, it's when women show you their dress has pockets, they're like, oh, I found a dress and it has pockets.
Yeah, I get so hyped when I find them pocket coming in just for pocket.
It's just like, I go into my coat. I have like 10 pockets in a coat, and it's just like I can carry everything: keys, wallet, phone. Like, gotta put that. Like, it fits in my coat. Right? If you're a girl, you need to put that all in your purse. I think that's why women's clothes don't have pockets. So you have bottom handbags.
But you see that sometimes, remember when I had the fanny pack?
Yeah.
I was like not a handbag person at all. Like at all. I mean, now I don't mind. Back then I was like, when I had that fanny pack, I was like 18. So
Like, you might get some shit, so you don't carry a bag.
just have it around my waist. Yeah, just casual.
Square up if you got a fanny pack on. That's so crazy. You have jackets that don't have pockets. I'm like,
It's crazy. And it'd be crazy because I won't notice that they don't have pockets until I already done bought it. And it's like, for one, you wouldn't assume that a jacket's not gonna have pockets. You would not assume that. Like, it's a jacket. Like, I was like, wait, what the fuck? These aren't real pockets.
the way you feel about pockets in general is like how a man feels like when he finds a pocket in his left, like the left breast side of his jacket. Oh, there's a pocket in here. Like, oh, I'm gonna have a pocket on the inside. I'm gonna have pockets here. I might have one on the chest. You might have one on the other chest. But if you have one in the inside, you're like, oh snap! Maybe fucking pockets in the sleeves of men's clothes.
And they're taking the pockets from the female clothes and giving it to the babies and the men clothes. Like, why do babies need pockets? That's what I want to know. Just save a cheese doodle for later? Like, what's going on here?
But you know what they say about showers, right? Like they said in the Selena show, like showers like help ease up the tension in the back and the nape of your neck, which like allows you to think more freely and more creatively. And that's why they say your best thoughts are in the shower. But this nigga sound like who's his blood? Like, he's smoking that. He's smoking them. You got that good. But these thoughts ain't in no shower.
It's like he loves PJ pants with pockets. So how else we gonna carry our butt around the house?
Or in the middle of your thing. So somebody shared a thing earlier. They were talking about like time travel. Like they're saying scientists are saying time doesn't move or whatever, time, whatever. So time travel may be possible. But I'm like, but we move through space throughout. So, right, it's not like if you pop back to a certain place, we're gonna be, galactically, like universally, like
In the same
positioned
place.
somewhere. We're like in a completely different spot.
Yeah.
So you travel back to that time, and you're just in an empty space, or in the middle of the summer. Like,
Yeah. It's weird.
yeah. I'm starting to still skip the seconds now. Give me a second. Interesting. Or Grand Theft Auto Park. You just go to sleep and then you save and you wake up 2 hours later. But not everybody's sleep here, you know. But that's really crazy that you could be born in different years. You could be born at the same time as somebody else. Born different days. That's crazy. How time is arbitrary. We make up time.
It's the way to keep track of everything.
We don't have sound. No. No. Hello. Hello. Oh.
Wait, so run the video back.
Yeah, we're gonna run the video back.
Not gonna lie, the world is kind of funny when you step back and really think about it. In a day and age where everyone takes everything seriously, it's nice to pause and consider the intriguing and, sometimes, flat out just weird thoughts that some of us have, but for the most part never share.
So we're watching it a little bit over. There's gonna be a couple of little words here.
Some of them are pretty interesting, like the fact that the Earth's population has doubled in the past 50 years, but it took almost 2 million years to get to the 3.7 billion human population in 1971.
So you hear that? It took 50 years for the Earth's population to double, but it took so much of that to get to that certain point.
Yeah.
You know, so like in the last 50 years, like the population has grown exponentially.
In comparison to the start of human life.
And life expectancy and all that stuff plays a role in that.
For every person alive today, there's about 15 dead people throughout all of human history.
Hear that? We have 1/15. We have 1/15 of the Earth's population. Everybody on Earth right now. It's like minuscule in the grand scheme of things.
Or that one day, in the far future, someone will be the very last person to die of cancer. Others are honestly just annoying. You normally breathe and blink on autopilot, but now since I just mentioned it, you're doing both of them manually. Sorry, by the way. Or the fact that your tongue is probably touching the top of your mouth right now, but no matter where you put it, it just doesn't feel comfortable. Why do women's pants have fake
Check.
No, he said I can hear you.
Okay.
pockets, but baby's pants have real pockets? These are shower thoughts. Whether you have these thoughts in the shower, or in the car while you're in traffic, or when you're laying in bed for hours at night when you just can't sleep, the location doesn't matter. The Earth is revolving around the Sun is revolving around the center of our galaxy, and our galaxy is in a unique orbit with the nearest galaxy to our own, Andromeda. So, with that being said, every single second, the Earth is moving into a new position in space that it has never been before, and will never return to again. Ever.
You have to take account for that in time travel. You can be traveling through time. We travel through space in time. You know what I'm saying? Where we are today in the universe is a completely different position than we were yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And then, people don't like this. So I saw an article that said, "Oh, the time doesn't move." I'm like, "But we move through time to the fourth dimension." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Like I think like people. I think it's cool when you sit there and you be like, "Oh," and you're more introspective and you think about these things, because it's like, it's like how Einstein would be. I don't know if we need to know but Einstein devised his theory, the general theory of relativity, while sitting on the bus, staring at a building. Like, you know, your mind can actually knock things together and you know, like create those creative thoughts, you know, like doing things that relax you, like showers or whatever, and get you more into a zen state. That's like, I don't know, something allows you to almost cognitively play with that. Who blocked Xylee?
What?
That account that one have been talking that shit about the game? They're gonna talk all that shit to block people? What's wrong with that? Anyway. Alright, we continue this.
Your age in years is how many times you've circled the sun, but your age in months is how many times the moon has circled you.
Because, what? Your age in months is how many times the moon has circled you. Yes.
Right?
Your age is. It's because the Earth goes around the sun.
Yeah, the moon goes around the Earth. Yeah.
If you could steal just a second of life from everyone on Earth, you'd be able to survive for nearly another 240 years. But did you know that two people can be born at the same exact time, but because of time zones, have different birthdays, or even be born in different years?
So you could be born in China and be born China or Japan in Asia, and then be born in Hawaii at the exact same moment, you know. But since you are in different areas, in different time zones, you know, if that happened, like that's crazy. Somebody born, there's like a 12-hour difference, and if that's happening on New Year's Eve, one person's born on New Year's Day, the other person's born on New Year's Eve, but they're born at the same time. That's why, you know, that instance is why you lose or gain time in jet lag.
Xylee, actually, since you're here, what time are you going on live on tomorrow? So we can kind of work around your time.
You think time is an illusion or time is a dimension? I'm one of the time of the dimension here. You know what I'm saying? Because it has a bearing in our reality.
Yeah.
We have no manipulation of it, at least not now. You know, yeah, you can manipulate like objects, but you can't phase through them. You can only go around or above them with an obstacle. Going on at 8?
At 8? Okay, so we'll do 4 then.
So,
Later? Silence live usually lasts like 2 hours. Right? Okay.
because I want to, we done a 4 o'clock one. Depends. I guess we'll come up with.
Yeah, we're gonna come up with a time for tomorrow.
What people want to do. If we have a bunch of folks here, we can ask them what they want to see tomorrow.
Yeah, we thought maybe like Theory Thursday. So talk about any type of conspiracy theories or any type of topic or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess we'll go on after that.
But depending on, because like, for example, we did Monday at 4. We played around with the 4 o'clock hour when we talked about something that was more daytime.
Yeah.
You know, and if you notice, we wasn't cheating. Kept it clean. Right?
Oh, that's also because we have. Oh damn!
Yeah,
That's sucks.
um,
This challenge is actually kicking tails in my ass. You know? Like being up late and everything like that.
I mean, no, yesterday we were up late.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Maybe there is no reason as to why we're here. Or at least, that's what we're supposed to think.
I think, I don't know. I don't feel like people there's a reason to our lives. I feel like we tell ourselves that because we're self-important and we want to feel good things are good. But I feel like we just get much. So we just make the best out of it. They say, you know, YOLO, you got one life to live.
That's actually a cool idea, and that would be cool. You know what I just actually thought of to add on to what Adam said? Do a call in where he like kind of like calls in through Discord and we go live with some conspiracy theories.
Yeah. I just joke with a theory. I ain't for no, we're here for no reason. Here, we just make the best out of it. It's like fuck it. Make them, you know, make a mark while you can. Be a positive.
Maybe we're just characters in a universe-sized video game. Sleep can be a save point, which is why we really don't know what happens between the second we fall asleep and when we eventually regain consciousness some hours later. We also trust our bodies enough to just go unconscious and continue breathing so we don't die. If you think about it, it's actually healthy and recommended to sleep for 4 months a year. But in order to bring us back, alarm clocks are made for the sole purpose of being annoying enough to shake humans into consciousness. You might want to smash it and break it, but don't. Every analog clock that no longer works actually shows the time on it where it died. If you order a new clock to be delivered to you and it arrives safely, your time has arrived.
He said that a broken clock tells you the time it died. And then if you order a clock and when it gets to you, it's delivered, the time has arrived. A lot of this stuff is also puns too.
Yeah.
But I don't know what you guys feel about like puns like that. But a lot of people think it's like the brick, the primary like indicator of like wit. Like they can play with words and stuff like that. They can there's abstraction in their thought.
Speaking of being conscious humans, there's a lot that goes on inside our bodies. Your brain makes your heart work, and your heart makes your brain work. It's really quiet given the things that are going on inside us right now. Like...
No, not really. My body is not quiet. There's a thing called the anechoic chamber, and it says like just like your heart. You know what I'm saying? And this shit gets crazy. You start to hear like pulsing rhythms in your body.
Yeah, it kind of like starts to like lose your shit a little bit.
Yeah.
We should actually show them that after this video. Just because you brought it up.
Imagine if you could hear blood gushing through your veins.
Which you can.
And you can. And it's crazy in that chamber.
That's your heartbeat. That's literally what you're hearing.
Or if every time we blinked, it made a noise. But wait, if everyone on the planet blinked at the same exact time, nobody would be able to tell that it just happened. We have eyes to see, we have a nose to smell.
There's another one too where he said, another video that he made where he was talking about blinking. And he's like, they say when you die, your life flashes before your eyes. So every time you blink, what happens if it's just you take a screenshot? to play later.
We have ears to hear and hands to feel, and we have a mouth to taste. But is this every sense that there is? Could there be other senses that we just can't perceive because we don't have the means to? We just haven't evolved to need them because it's not needed on Earth. But what about on other planets? When we colonize Mars, will the far future humans evolve to have different senses than we do today?
I believe there's more than 5 senses. You know what I'm saying? There's things that you sense, like for example, like like the sense of knowing how much time has passed. That's a sense. Being able to sense distances, like somebody says, "Oh, that's 450 feet down." That's a sense. You know what I'm saying? Some type of intuition, like that's a feeling. That's a sense. You know, I think rhythm, understanding rhythm, like to be able to count the rhythm and say this is the beat of a song and feel that you're sensing something. You know, pitch. That's also a sense. You know, people think that just senses is like, you know, nah. There's like, yeah. People's like, oh, it's the hearing, but I'm like, yeah, but not everybody hears the same. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might be able to hear things, but I'm able to discern things. You know, like people who could discern like different shades of like the same color. You know, like there's something there that's working.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, it's kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like as you can see, like the way our thoughts are like, yeah, some shit sometimes. Like, well, man, it's the circle of life, bro.
And like, I believe when people say, "Oh, they died," and they like seen like their body, seen like
Out of body experience.
yeah, they see their body, or they went and visited, they experienced hell or heaven, you know, shit like that. I actually believe some of those stories because it's like you were literally dead. We just had to revive you.
Yeah, I feel like human consciousness is something different.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like an animal. Oh, well, then again, we don't know. Animals can't communicate. Do you think animals feel the same way we do?
I believe so. I believe so. Animals are not dumb. They're not dumb at all.
You know what I think it is? I think as humans, we have this thing that's like the fear of retribution. And that's what the afterlife was about. It's the fear of like whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like back in the day, the fear was like, I'm going to get something was going to right now. Fear is something that's different. Fear is like war, it's other giant things that are man-made things. You know what I'm saying? And so then you feel like
Fear is also subjective too.
feel like being part of it, like that's a guilt that you take into the afterlife or some shit. You know? I don't know about like I don't know if people like the whole like bodies move from body, like spirits move from body to body thing. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel there is some sort of like control. I mean, everything like a lot of this stuff is psychological. Messages that they give you. You know, at certain times they want you to think a certain way. So everything is a certain way. And that's the zeitgeist. It follows it. That's the culture. And then when they want things to switch up, the zeitgeist changes. Yeah, it can happen from the inside, culturally, you know, but I feel like a lot of stuff that's passed through the actual media is already like incorporated, whatever. I think about it. Like, people fucking hate our shit, and we're trying to like be more unified, right? And then I love to give the world a cup. People remember that shit, you know. Not knowing that Coca-Cola is like bottling that fucking water up and selling it back to you. A thing that we never had to pay for before, you know. It's crazy.
Evolution is an interesting idea. The voice inside your head has also evolved with you over time. Do you remember if it was the voice of a kid when you were younger? If you heard your 8-year-old voice today, would you recognize it? Being able to record things digitally is something that we all overlook. We view old writing like the Wealth of Nations, or the Bible, or the Epic of Gilgamesh, and we see them as some of the most influential pieces of writing to ever exist. But in the year 3000, we'll be able to look back at 1,000-year-old videos and recordings just like we view old writing today. If you're watching this, by the way, hello.
What do you think about that? I think media has, media has. Like, all this stuff could be in a server in the cloud and stuff like that. It takes up like space on a magnetic disk or even a solid state disk. I don't know how long a solid state disk actually would last, but even that. So 3,000. I don't know if they have every digital thing. We don't have every episode of fucking some TV shows.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm saying? And some have been out. They just reran them. They could be shot. They could have been created digitally. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be the same. Because also in this time, it's just like, the amount of people the amount of work, the amount of stuff has like quadrupled, or gone up tenfold. You don't read every book.
Yeah.
You don't listen to every song. Everything's compartmentalized into different little groups. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, I don't know what's doing. It's like everybody's connected but disconnected at the same time. It's like everybody's in high school sitting in. So, if one group isn't about archiving their stuff, it's gonna be gone eventually.
Good night, though.
Like, you see, like Natalie just said, they erase history and brainwash us to live the way they want. Like, they erase history. They erase history that's 1,000 years ago. People would erase history that's happening now. You know what I'm saying? They still cover up things that are happening now. All around. There's cameras and everything everywhere. How can anyone tell lies anymore? But they still do. If anything, they tell lies even more. And it's a whole manipulation of what's whatever. I was actually watching. It's actually coming to some different things now. Because now we're like almost on a theoretical thing while reacting. You know what I'm saying? Stop's got us fine.
Let's finish watching this video.
Due to deepfakes and people getting really, really good at editing and faking things, there's only going to be a very brief period in human history where videos can actually be trusted as evidence. People see glasses as a sign of intelligence for some reason, even though we all failed a test in order to get them. But Antarctica is probably the smartest and most educated continent on Earth, considering it's populated almost exclusively by scientists. Science has taught us a lot about the universe, about the planet we live on, and even what goes on inside our bodies. One of the most interesting things that we figured out, though, is that the brain is the only organ that knows it's actually an organ. And on top of that, it actually named itself.
The brain named itself. Because we technically are our brains.
But the brain takes time to process information. It's very, very quick, but not instantaneous. So technically, your body is living ever so slightly in the future. We live in a society, and we set up and made rules that everyone should.
We live in a society. That joke. Let's hear about what this is. I don't know. I don't know. It became a meme now.
Should follow in order to keep things going smoothly. But some of them are just kind of funny. For example, parking tickets are just speeding tickets for going 0 miles per hour where it isn't allowed. We have cars that can go upwards of 200.
I mean, that is a speed.
200 miles an hour, but there's almost nowhere where you're legally allowed to go that fast in them. In life, people always tell you to stay in school and don't do drugs. But when you get sick, the best advice you get is to be told to do drugs and stay out of school. You never truly appreciate the fact that
We might have to talk up. Huh?
We might have to talk up because the mic is
Oh.
like kind of like talking low as if it's talking. Like, we're just
they're
talking.
saying a lot of people are staying home. That's pretty much what the pandemic has created.
That you can breathe through your nose until you're sick and suddenly lose half the ability to keep yourself alive. Everyone has taken medicine and seen a warning label to not operate heavy machinery while on the use of it. Now, they're probably talking about cars and such, but almost everyone immediately thinks of like a forklift, or a crane, or a Caterpillar 797F. Speaking of cranes though,
Well, yeah. Do you own a crane? Does anybody have a Caterpillar 797F for their daily task at home? Yeah, like I wouldn't like go weightlift like on really heavy.
Yeah, that's
That is-
stupid. That would be dumb.
have you ever actually seen a crane being built? They kinda just show up out of nowhere and then disappear randomly. Language is just weird.
It's a prefabricator, that's why. Prefabricating machines and kind of work on tracks, things. That's,
I made a whole video
you're from New York, so you've seen cranes for all. Did you hear about this? The Buffalo has made different meanings. Buffalo, like the place. Buffalo,
The animal.
Buffalo, like the class. Buffalo, like this guy right here, the bison. Buffalo also means bully. So buffalo, you could say buffalo, like bison, bully, bison from this place. Something.
about it a couple weeks ago. Try to think of another English word that ends in MT other than dreamt.
Dreamt? Prompt. No, that's pizza. Is there another word that you can think of that ends with MT?
And such a beat.
No.
Oh.
Yes. Any word that ends with MT. That's it. As I said, prompt ends with MT. Audiobooks are awesome. Right. These guys are they're talking about their own Illuminati stuff. Talking about the Knights Templar.
Yeah.
Anybody knows the Knights Templar. Christian knights who fought during the Crusades. The Crusades were dumbass wars that Christians fought against with the Muslims and different empires for control of the Holy Land, for all types of dumb shit. Yeah, it's kind of like Twitter. Right? You don't believe what I believe? And then the Freemasons. The Masons basically were like the guys who built the churches after all that shit. And the guys, because you know what a Mason is, right? Bricklayer, somebody who does stonework. Stoneworks. Almost stone art. Primarily featured like the cathedrals of them buildings are built crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a skilled laborer. They have like their own. They basically were a union that turned into a secret society. Yep. So.
I more closely represent the letter X as a math variable as opposed to it being a real letter. It's just
Not
a fake
me.
C anyway.
It's just the biggest thing. I see X's. Regeneration.
Crane is the 9,618th most used word in the English language. But you really don't need to know that many words to speak English well. Learning the top 100 words in most languages will usually contain at least 50% of the words you use in everyday conversation. Bring this up to 500 words, and you'll get to around 80%. This should allow you to go out in public and order food without an issue. But when you're at a restaurant and you're waiting for a waiter, you become the waiter. On the topic of food,
That's if you guys wanna, we're not. If you want to learn a language, are not sponsored. We're not sponsored. But now learning languages is cool. If you ever like, if you really think about it, when you're learning a languages, you're not learning like certain words, like specific words. You're learning conjunctions. You're learning the tenses and stuff like that, have conjugate verbs and all this other stuff. Just like how to just like play with the language. That's what makes you fluent. Actual words. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how many times you thought some kid was going to the Chinese spot, going to the to the Chinese food spot and going to the person ching chong makahaya, thinking they were saying something. You probably ain't saying nothing. You're just being racist. That's it, right? Like we speak English and Spanish, but
Mostly English.
yeah, mostly English. But like we can understand like certain words and phrases, like
Different languages because they're very similar.
Italian,
Yeah.
Portuguese, and French because they have similar, etymologic like, structure to those, the Romance language. They all come from Latin, so excuse me. Conjunct. No, I love that show. Schoolhouse Rock. That was my shit.
food also doesn't really go bad, just something else starts eating it before you do. Bacteria. Also, I was in a public restroom the other day and it had one of those touch-free soap dispensers. I don't really get the point of those though, because as long as the soap does its job, like to remove the bacteria from my hands, does it really matter if I touch the dispenser or not? But one of the nastiest things there is out there is what you might be watching this video on right now. A phone. Most people check their phones nearly 100 times a day, and I don't remember the last time that I thoroughly washed off my phone. There's so many things that you can do on a phone, there's almost unlimited possibilities. Cell phone providers take advantage of this and sell unlimited minutes, unlimited texts, and unlimited data for any given month. But in reality, you're actually only getting 44,600 minutes a month at most. So they're kind of lying, but not really.
What are your, I remember when the phone started coming out, like I was doing like crazy shit. I was like, I'm gonna be a power user. My phone was like a little laptop. Even still kind of is to this day. Like I did a lot of writing on my phone. Like people forget that these things are tools, and we made them kind of, like it's so crazy how like technology is so ingrained in our life. Like people wear fucking smartphones. Those are literal computers, supercomputers, like from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like the computers they use now, and the computers that sent people to the moon aren't as powerful as some shit that you're wearing on your wrist. And it's just like at the same time, like I barely wear my smartwatch because like it's useless now. Like when you think about it, like what the fuck does this do? It's just an extension of my phone. It doesn't do anything, but like there is like the walking and the heart feature where it's like I'm not
Yeah.
how am I gonna count my steps? You go for like maybe one walk a day. Because you got to, you're animals. Just go walk yourself. Yeah. Recently.
There's about 730 hours in a month. If you work a full-time job, you're going to be working at least 40 hours a week, or 160 hours a month. It's all worth it though whenever that check comes in. But sometimes, you spend money you don't have. In a way, debit cards pay for things with the past hours of your life, and credit cards pay for things with the future hours of your life. But if you don't pay your taxes, you'll get thrown in jail. But jails are typically funded with taxpayer money. So if you go to jail for tax evasion, you're living off of taxes because you didn't pay taxes. Taxes are like a subscription fee to your country that you can't cancel, even if you don't like the service. The only reason we want or feel the need to make money is to get rid of all of it in the end.
So please, guys, do not cut the cord on taxes. Because if you do, you gotta do something. And that's, like they say, the only thing, you know, certain in this world are death and taxes. Like the fucking meme, it was like taxes meme, fucking page.
Yeah.
It's like when you buy something, the government.
Yeah, the government.
And there's one who was like with the red like laser eye.
Go on, see.
For a very brief second, every 19-year-old is the oldest teenager in the world. In the same way, every single person alive was, at one point, the youngest person in the entire world. But even more interesting than both of these is the fact that, for the smallest period of time, you were exactly pi years old. Walking is just you continuously screwing up your balance so you fall into your other leg, and the process repeats until you reach your destination.
Yeah, we are so badly designed, our walkers that it was stumbling to where we're going.
Knocking on someone's door is basically punching their house until they give you attention.
It's basically punching their house. It's giving you attention.
Similarly, clapping is just giving yourself a high five for someone else's hard work. Clapping is universally a pretty good thing. It's a way to show your appreciation for something without someone having to see you face to face. Facial expressions are...
You know that you never stop clapping?
What you mean?
Wait, you never stop clapping. It just, the spaces in between claps just get longer and longer.
What the fuck?
or something that we kind of just don't notice day to day, but they're pretty interesting. Your skull doesn't change shape at all. Your skin, your flesh, just warps and bends in ways to form a smile, or a frown, or anything else. Actually, you've never even truly seen your own face before. You've only viewed it in pictures or in reflections. The rich used to pay the poor for their entertainment, but today, the poor pay the rich for entertainment. Now, you don't always pay, like YouTube is a thing, but YouTube itself is older than some people watching this video.
That's crazy. That's why they shouldn't be on YouTube. If you're younger than YouTube,
I want to high five this guy in the face. Who should write stand up? Advent? The guy we're watching.
Watching videos, though, is just being entertained by super tiny pixels changing colors and turning on and off. So to be honest, existence is just really weird. There are only 2 days in your entire lifetime that aren't 24 hours long. The day you're born, and the day you die. So, hurry those showers up. You're using all my hot water.
so go check that guy out. His
The
name
inter-
is Aperture. He's gonna go into like a yeah, so that's, we watch stuff from all corners of YouTube. That is one thing that we just be on some shit.
Yeah.
Weird ass thoughts. And like, yo, is there a video? Like, did somebody make videos like that? Like, just
Or
about
it'll
the
just be
dumb
like,
shit that we
it'll
talk
just,
about.
yeah, it'll just like come up and recommended sometimes and stuff based on what we watched before.
Yeah, it's good to be introspective. It's good to, you know, it's, you know what he reminds me of? Kind of reminds me of George Carlin. Yeah, not like when George Carlin would talk about certain things. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like, just like the wordplay and the observations. That he makes.
yeah,
You know, it's Carlin-esque, but not like how blood Carlin.
yeah,
It's just the way, it's just like, okay, he notices the observational part to it. You know, yeah.
yeah. He has us laughing sometimes. Yeah, there's times we dying watching his videos.
I said you wanted to go into what? Afterwards?
Show them the that room that you can hear your heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. There's another thing I was trying to show them. What else was it?
I don't know. Pop it.
There's something. I don't know. Those gets you thinking. But let's look at the thing where you can listen.
Yeah, there's this room where
Yourself.
it completely eliminates sound, and the only sound that happens is your body. You can hear your body doing things.
This is chill.
I think I would bug out if I was ever in a room like that. I think that's the one we've seen. Right?
Yeah.
Are you popping a balloon in the chamber?
Yeah.
That's a 6mm.
So it says here the anechoic, and that's how you say that word, anechoic chamber at Orfield Labs in Minneapolis is the quietest place ever measured on Earth. Check this thing out. So it is a private testing facility. It's not open to the public, but I think they're opening it because
An anechoic chamber is a standardized test facility. And it's a facility where, by definition, it's close to 100% sound absorbent.
So what you're seeing there is what basically every YouTuber think is going to happen when they put some egg cartons on the wall and stuff like that. It's sound absorbing foam, but it's also, as you can see, grid patterns. What happens is when sound waves, because what happens is sound waves are just vibrations that are going through the air. When they hit that dense foam, and the way it's like in different shapes and different like organizations, they'll get scattered and then absorbed into the whatever instead of bouncing off. Echo is as a reflection of sound bouncing off a surface, okay, coming back to wherever it was like hearing or recording.
We filed to have the quietest acoustic lab in the world. And Guinness had never had a negative decibel claim, and so they said, we'd rather just call it the quietest place on Earth. And we said, that's fine. The first thing I noticed is the silence in the chamber. And the second thing I noticed is that my eyes seemed to process differently. When you become disoriented, you always look for secondary senses. And so when you walk into an anechoic chamber, your anchor is your vision because the sound doesn't make sense to you. And over a period of time, it would generate hallucinations in most people if they have the patience and the willingness to stay there at all.
It says it causes hallucinations.
And certain people, if they stay there long enough, yeah.
And the way it is set up, it is a giant, like, it's like a giant recording booth, like a giant, like the floor is made up of nets. So the sound goes through the floor into a whole other section of those, right? It is bugged out.
It was a 6-minute one.
The other thing that really interests me is that our ears are the most astonishing.
Any money bet, if you tell people exactly the gear that they use, they're probably gonna be like, I'm pretty sure you could have heard of it.
You could have heard it.
Well,
Oh, what happened?
what?
It says treatment available. What the fuck happened?
Oh, it's good. Oh, I think it's good. This is from team.
Oh, some bullshit.
Start over.
I don't know. Oh my god, what happened?